Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Anand Phadanis, and I've been with Siemens for 15 years. Uh, I would like to thank you all for joining this Solid Edge University 2022. I think Rahul has already spoken to you regarding the what is new in Solid Edge 2022. I'll continue with that thread. Hope you already seen that presentation from the Rahul. I'll just walk you through what we have for the manufacturing side. Hope you already understood what we have for the design. With that introduction, I will straight away move to my presentation. I'll walk you through what is new in the manufacturing 2.5 axis milling. If you see that part, Solid Edge Campro has got vast capability for the milling. Complete application is included for the customers. You can even add your fixtures, you can add your tools, assemblies, you can validate your tool path before you cut on the machine, right? That's a important element of Solid Edge Campro, what it gives for the customers like you. If you are using for 2.5 axis machine, then this is a Solid Edge Campro is a perfect fit for your application. You can do the all the milling applications, prismatic machining, complete three. You can up to 3 axis machining as well with this kind of out of the box Solid Edge Campro machining. Now, what is there in the Solid Edge Campro? If I go back to that part for a while, I have got all the packages. For example, it is included in the most of the Solid Edge licenses, and you have an access to the most of the 3-axis post processors which are required to run your machine available through a post hub. And then you have an upgrade path as well. I'll walk you through all one by one in detail about what all the things are available, what all you can access, what benefits you get, so that you understand what is the benefit and value of Solid Edge Campro. This is recently released. December 2021 was a release, but I think we are doing it in January. I think you will hear more in the future as well as we progress. With this introduction, what is included means you can do the face milling, pocketing, slotting. You can even do the chamfering, roughing, finishing for all the prismatic parts. If you see in the example what I am covering, it covers the breadth of the functionality. It can start from the face till the roughing and the semi-finishing. So most of the features what is required for all the prismatic machining, or what we call as 2.5 axis, is part of this Solid Edge Campro bundle. I think this is what it is, and it is included as part of your design to manufacturing workflow. Once you do the, let's say for example, you want to do the pocketing, or you want to do the face milling, you can just pick the face and then select the tool, and then automatically the tool path will be created for you. So the feed rates and speeds can be taken from the tool library. All the tool libraries are accessible. You can create the tool library, or you can reuse the library which already Siemens has created for you. All the tools are pocketing, machining, finishing for the prismatic parts can be done with the Solid Edge Campro machining. Now, other than this, even drilling is important, because without a drilling, no machining is complete, no process is complete. So we have included center drilling, the spot drilling, or reaming, hole making, or thread milling, boring, counter boring, tapping, reaming. Any application you think of, all the applications. For example, even drilling or spot drilling, or thread milling, hole making, tapping, right, counter boring, counter sinking. So all the major features are covered with this kind of 2.5 axis machining Campro bundle. Now this is very critical, because most of the parts, the prismatic parts, either will have a pocket or a feature. So when we have the feature, this can be done with this kind of applications, and if we have a pocket, that can be done by the face milling, right? So the idea here is to give as much as possibility and the feature functionality to the customers like you, and make the best use of the software which is available out of the box. So this is very valuable for the end users like you. Now, what is beneficial? Even not only that, if you see the face milling, even you can do the milling. What we have is something called as advanced toolpath, for what we call as adaptive milling technology. So adaptive milling is even available in the 2.5 axis, which is we call a planar adaptive milling, which removes from the 2.5 axis D, where you can go higher, deeper cuts. For example, you can go up to 5 mm depth of cut and do the faster machining, right? So that's the biggest advantage where you can even save your machining time and you are faster to the market. So you can produce your parts faster. You don't have to change the software, just be there with the solid edge design and then with the solid edge cam pro manufacturing. You can use any latest cutting tools available in the market, and it is fast enough to take care of those kind of cutting tools and feeds and speeds, wherein you can apply the RPMs and the machine will run efficiently without any challenges, right? So that's a biggest advantage, even if you are on a 2.5 axis. Now, even with this kind of application, what we have included is it automatically detects if any pillar is left during the application. Let's say I'm doing adaptive milling, but a spiral, the some area is left out, right? So this cylindrical geometry is not milled in this area. So, but adaptive milling understand this because it becomes that area is called as pillar cutting, where you can apply all your custom feeds and speeds, and you can even define your ramp angle, let's say 3-degree or 5-degree angle. We can even maintain the helical engagement, and then you can start increasing your productivity. So in a nutshell, what we are trying to tell here is most of the features are included as part of your adaptive milling technologies. Not only that, once we do this kind of things, I think you need to validate your toolpath, whether the toolpath is proper. If I run this on my 2.5 axis machine, it is properly visible. Is there a G-code M-codes? I can view the toolpath with IPW in-process workpiece also can be created on the fly. Now, the biggest advantage here is it depends on the controller, which controller your machine has. It supports all the major controllers, FANUC, Hide9, Siemens, or any other old controller also is supported. As long as it takes the G-code M-codes, we can support those outputs and then give a specific output using the post-processing technique and then run your machine. So that's where a digital twin of the model can be prepared and then validated before it is produced on the machine. So this is a journey wherein you can validate and review your toolpath, and then you can compare your toolpath also and you can even analyze how much cycle time it is taking on the machine, and you can even optimize the toolpath. So those are the manufacturing functions, where once you create the toolpath, let's say it is taking 10 minutes, but there are some algorithms which you can optimize the toolpath. So there is an optimization algorithm with which you can even compress your toolpath by 30%. So these kind of techniques will definitely help you to optimize your toolpath and run your machine effectively. Even it can work in the context of an assembly. It need not to be just a part. Even if you have a part and assembly and a fixture assembly, you can open that and load that as a fixture, and then you can maintain the associativity between the model and the changes, right? So let's say you have a 3D model with a solid edge, and then you have done the manufacturing in the manufacturing CAM Pro, and then if any change happen, then associativity is maintained between the design to manufacturing. That's the biggest advantage, where even you can independently you can open solid edge files and again work on the CAM Pro data. Now the another advantage is ease of use. Every user expect the software should be as much as possible, the ease of use should be maintained. So what we have done is you can even do copy paste operation between the parts, between the geometries, and then cut paste the operation. So those kind of user interface will definitely help you. And we have got some nice algorithms which are driven by an artificial intelligence and machine learning, which will make your search the toolpaths effectively. So visual aids will give you the users, new users also effectively from the day one and increase their productivity. All these advanced features will be available as part of our solid edge CAM Pro features, right? So that's the biggest benefits what we can offer for the customers from Siemens side. This is not the end, because some you want to do an automation, even we support that. Our CAM Pro, solid edge CAM Pro offers even you can do the performing the feature based machining. Many times what happens is parts will have a multiple features which we can automate it, right? For example, if I have a hole, or if I have a pocket, if I have a milling feature, or I have a drilling, so those kind of features can be automated, and you can optimize the rules and then we optimize that the toolpath. So idea here is as much as possible automation process and feature based machining, one such application where you can do the automation, where you can create all the post processors and then verify the toolpath and then put it for the application or run it on the machine. Now, one more important element here is about the end-to-end solution. I thought I will walk you through about this. If you see this assembly, my colleague has already done this. Rahul has already done this inside the solid edge. I'm just taking the bracket from there and then creating my manufacturing environment. If you see this part, I will go ahead and then say create my part, and then slowly I will add some holes and pockets and other things, and then start my machining process. So this is ready for machining. I have added just a fixture here and there so that I'm just showing where you can go and then say Cam Pro can be launched inside solid edge. In the back end, it will open the solid edge Cam Pro, and then it will start the manufacturing process. So it's a same user interface, not much change. You can directly open, and then what exactly gives a benefit is it's in the back end. It runs from the Siemens engine, NX Cam engine, and then you can create all the fixtures, tools, and then geometry where you want to create a geometry where you want to control the tool paths, and then you can create a milling operation or a turning operation. Any operation can be created, and this is the UI which I was talking. You can even verify. There are 2D dynamic and 3D dynamic. There is in-process workpiece can be validated on the fly. It can be done with machine or just a holder. Those kind of quick validations are the need of the hour today. And then with the solid edge Cam Pro, we are able to give those things. So what even not just facing, even you can go for 5-axis machining and then complete this kind of drilling application also. So the idea here is even you can create a feature holes and then validate this tool path and then take it to the tool path. So here this is a post processor. I am just post processing. So the idea here is I have a post hub. You can search your post based on the machine and the controller and the number of axes. I will search. Let's say I want to search for Haas machine or a DMG machine or any other controller. For example, you may have a Fanuc controller, not necessarily Siemens controller, Fanuc or Hyde 9 or any controller. Based on that, you can search the post and then download it for your application. So these are all available on the cloud. So anybody who has access to Siemens network, they can download the post processors as well. So even you can validate along with the machine. It is just a tool path, but that is again go forward direction for all of you. That is not the end. Now this is where I was just talking to you. The solid edge Cam Pro will give you full associative between the design to manufacturing, and it insists on the confidence of the toolpath, where most of the toolpath is automated. For example, one example I talked about the feature based machining, and then optimized toolpath, which is a toolpath optimizer, and then it is integrated with solid edge. That's the biggest advantage, and it is already included in your solid edge under 2022. So that's the biggest big differences. If you see, other than this, solid edge is not just restricting yourself for a 2.5 axis. We all know that we are all growing day by day. Companies like the SMB market, most of the customers buy a lathe machine. Maybe they want to go for a milling, a complex 4-axis machine or a 5-axis machine. So it should be a scalable solution. We give definitely a complete toolpath, though the bundle is included only the 2.5 axis, but you can scale it up. So if you can be in touch with us, we will tell you how should be the upgrade path for you if you buy a new machine as well. So it can do a milling, you can do a mill turn machine, or it can do a turn mill center, or it can do a multi-axis machining. So there is no restriction for number of axes, and Siemens can support a number of axes, and you can do validation also. So that's the biggest advantage what Siemens manufacturing application like solid edge Cam Pro will give you on the fly with the solid edge. So this is one of the mold application. I thought because most of the customers will be using the mold application, I thought I will open this mold toolpath and then see how quickly we can validate this toolpath and simulate this based on the cutter compensation or some other verification. So this is where you generate the toolpath and then validate your toolpath and then check for the mold also. So if it is not a 2.5 axis, but definitely it's a scalable solution. This is what I'm telling. But by default, you will get access to 2.5 axis. If you really have a 3-axis machine or a milling machine with a 3-axis machine, you can upgrade to 3 axis so that your productivity and continuity is maintained. So associativity is maintained, and then the productivity is definitely included in this kind of application. So that's the reason I thought I will cover you some areas of manufacturing in the 3 axis also, so that it's a roadmap is clear. We are not asking you for this. So not only this, even now today industry is moving towards many other things like connection, smart machines and smart connected factory, intelligent machine. So definitely we have to make our machine and the shop floor as important as digital as possible. with this kind of solution. It is a scalable. I'm just showing you the integrated simulation, means you need not have to go to the shop floor and see your machine application running on a 5-axis or 3-axis machine. I'm just showing the virtual simulation, which is a G-code driven simulation. And this is on the right hand side, you will see the virtualization. On the left hand side, you are seeing the real cutting on the part. So this kind of virtualization will definitely help you to be ready with the digital twin of the product and the production. So in a nutshell, what I am trying to show here is this 2.5 is just an entry for you to start with a manufacturing application, but you can scale it up depending on the need. And even if tomorrow if you buy a additive manufacturing or a robotics, Siemens supports for that, those kind of application as an add-on application, and then you can take corrective actions, right? So in this kind of application, I thought I will walk you through in 15-20 minutes what all applications we have, and then what is the benefit, what are the things can be done with the 2.5-axis or 3-axis machining, and then how you can scale your solution up to the 4-axis or 5-axis multi-channel machine also can be done. What are the benefits? I think a lot of benefits. You already saw the tight integration between the Solid Edge and NX Cam Pro. That itself is a big advantage. Even it is associative. Even you take multiple components, you can copy paste those applications. It is a very user interface, and then anybody and everybody can learn this software as early as possible. And it has got a lot of UIs based on the sectioning or measurement or sections, show height components, which are very comprehensive tools for the user to be quick learner. It is a best in class toolpath visualization. You can do the 3D verification. Even you can do the 2D verification. If you have a curve based toolpath, you can do those things also. Even you can generate the G codes based on the post processor available, or you can validate the G code with the machine simulation with the G code driven simulation. So you can call your machine, add the kinematics to it, and then validate if it is a Haas machine, or if it is a DMG machine, or any machine. If it can be a BFW or it can be a Jyoti machine, just call that machine and then do the G code driven simulation or the validation. So before you take it to the shop floor, so machine should be running on a as optimal as possible and as effective as possible. That's the idea. So that machine is safe, and whatever trial and error the operator and NC programmer want to do, they can do with the softwares, because ideally those kind of things can be done virtually. So it's always beneficial if you take most of the things in a virtual way. And you can even add a PMI to this, because we have not covered those topics. Even a PMI driven machining is very typical and common in this world. And people are going towards a model based definition. Gone are the days where people used to give a drawing for a manufacturing. In the future, based on the industry 4.0 standards, we will get a model based definition. Means the model will have a 3D model, and all the GD&T symbols, all the surface finish, most of the parameters, manufacturing requirements will be on a 3D. So the moment you have a 3D, you can say start machining based on the PMI, and then automatically the feature based machining will do the fulfillment of your product, and then you are ready for the cutting on your machine. So this is a roadmap, and we are good for that and is ready for the industry 4.0 and the smart machine concepts. And this is again best time to go for this kind of integrated approach, which will definitely save time and effort. So this is I thought I'll take about 15-20 minutes of my time, and then walk you through about what we have for the NX Solid Edge Cam Pro. Please take out some time, and then please attend the Solid Edge community forum. This is available as per the website. I encourage all the users to please go through this, and then if you have any question, please raise there, and then we will answer as much as possible we can, right? So with this 15 minutes of my introduction and the product what we have, I thought I'll just walk you through. Definitely this is not the end, because it is just in 15 minutes we could be able to cover as quickly as possible. But definitely if you have an interest, if you really want to see more in depth about this, please reach out to us. We will definitely help you to show what we have for the entire Solid Edge machining or a manufacturing application. So with this, I would like to thank for your time, and I encourage you to attend all our Solid Edge University presentations, which are engineered to grow for your business, right? So that's a messaging what we have. This is very unique what Siemens is offering. And I think I would encourage urge you all to take some time out and then explore the new modules what we have, and then understand. And then if you have any question and answer, please take out, right? So with this, I would like to thank you all and giving me an opportunity. And I would again thanks for your presentation. Thanks for your support.